Paul Schrader's O Canada. What did you think?
Yeah, so shout out to Chase again. He said that like each time he meets someone, he gives them a book. And I guess we didn't meet before. This was my first time seeing him. And he gave me the book that O Canada is based on. So I'm gonna read this before I make my review for it. I gotta chew through it. And it's essentially an adaptation of this with Jacob Elordi playing the younger guy of this, I guess, documentary filmmaker on his deathbed, played by Richard Gere. From what Chase has told me, it's a pretty close adaptation of this book. I think the ending is a bit different. But this movie, a lot of people didn't like it at all. I feel like there's a lot of people who say like, "Oh, a Megalopolis at least had something to show for it. This feels like Schrader just had a messy movie on his hands." I felt like there was enough for me to enjoy it, where I was giving it a bit of leeway when maybe it was a bit lackluster. It's like thrown together of someone who basically makes a confession about all the cheating, the wrong things he's done in life in like a documentary form, done by some of his previous students. He's also married to his previous student, played by Uma Thurman. It suffers a bit from the adaptation problem where some of the stuff just feels like it doesn't translate perfectly onto screen. I hope the book is a bit better, but it ends up like jumping around in memory quite a bit, where you like at a later point in Jacob Elordi playing Richard Gere's character's life, where like you jump around his teens to way later in his 30s and stuff like that. It's supposed to be that way, that it feels like this inconclusive end point that is told from a guy who's suffering from old age and dementia in a way. But it's not like something like The Father, where it visualizes that perfectly. I feel like it ultimately, because it's flashbacks, is not entirely clear about the visual language that it wants to tell these contradictions with. I still had a good time with it. I maybe slightly overrated it with a 3.5 out of 5. It's another one that I'd like to revisit after I watched the book. I felt about that with like most of the films, that at least they weren't a second viewing.